weapon of a Jedi.
Then I am a Jedi.
Yeah, welcome to Saber Talk Sunday. Barris in the house. KB will be here in a little bit. And we'll see if we got some different guests coming on tonight. Maybe not. I send out some extra links and see if anybody's going to come on.
Yes.
Geekdom's in the house. Geekdom's in the house. And we'll see. I mean, we're going to talk a little bit more about the proffie tonight, too. A little bit. And some other stuff, too, just as much. And, you know, there's just so many things to talk about. But I've got what I did was up on my other cell phone here. And I'm going to open it up. I went and I decided that I was going to look under
Orlando? Really? Orlando Dove.
Oh, Orlando Dove. Welcome, dude.
Yeah, he's the guy who's been doing all these free fonts for recently.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Cool. Welcome to the show, dude. Welcome to the chat, man. We are honored to have you. Titans in the house. Now, have you gotten a few of his fonts?
Yes. They're all free, and you basically you go on his YouTube channel, and they're in a Dropbox location. He's also got a Discord.
Oh, okay.
And I will be. Well, yeah. Well, Orlando, remember, I'm the one who advertised them when I was working with Rebel Sabers. Well, I was working with Rebel Sabers in February at Connuga, and that was where I first introduced them to a bunch of people who were buying Xenopixel lightsabers from them. And I'll be doing so again in July for Knoxville Fan Expo. And so they're gonna, especially with your Shadow Lord font pack, that'll be very helpful, especially for people wanting to still ride the mall hype train.
Now, are these fonts for Xeno and Proffie, or are they specifically for Xenopixel?
Xeno V3.
Xeno V3. Okay.
Yeah. And speaking of Xeno, I know we're talking about Proffie, but something big came up. Something big I just saw, and it's ridiculous. So there is this. There's a recent announcement from Damian Sabers, Nexus, the CEO guy, and they are coming out with a new Xeno board, Xeno 4, it's coming out in July.
Okay.
Here, give me a second. I'm going to send you the link.
Well, why don't you do a screen share on it?
All right,
you can do that.
Give me a second. It's a 3-minute video. Okay, share screen, entire screen, share. All right, we're up. Are we in?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, we can't hear it, so I'm not sure what's going on here while we can't hear it. Huh.
You can't hear it?
No, can't hear it.
Look, I'm just going to send you the...
Okay.
I'm just going to send you the link, the reel, and you can look it over for yourself. But basically...
Okay, not a problem.
Dang. Annoying. Yeah. All right.
Not a problem. Yeah, I could check it out later and see what's going on with it. Now, what I was talking about a little bit earlier was that was that I went ahead and got onto FET263's page for FET263.com/proffie board, right?
Mhm.
So this is his face right here, and let me see if I can get right in there. So this is his page, FET263 on and slash proffie board. So he gives a lot of information about the proffie board itself, and he talks a little bit about what it's about, who it's from, and so forth. Right now, there's so much information that he says that he, if he hadn't used proffie board and learning some of it, just the buttons itself. I mean, it can get overwhelming, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of functions, and sometimes keeping it simple. Like for example, me, I prefer singular. I prefer using a single button over the double button system. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I see that you do have that choice, right? You can do double button or the single button, and so you can also, I mean, just watching some of the videos on the Profi, as far as button usage goes, that to me was a little interesting because, like, getting into the menu system itself, I think you have to press the power and the auxiliary button,
Yeah,
and
and
to get into the menu system, right?
I personally don't use the menu system. I just have everything pre-programmed and then just watch it fly essentially.
Oh, really? Oh, huh.
Yeah.
That sounds good. That sounds really good. Now, and so for people who are wanting to know, well, this is for the newbies. I mean, really, most of the people that already been using the Profi for a good long time already know that, it's an open source board, and there's so many features that you can use on it. One of the aspects of it, though, is it takes a bit for when you decide to put fonts and load it up. So, like, when you're first starting out, and Lando Sabers does a really good job of teaching you. I mean, there is a lot of YouTube videos for learning to um, put your tutorials for putting fonts, for adding blade styles, and for doing so forth into the Profi system, right? Also, but it takes a little bit because there's a specific program that you have to download, and when you download it, you only download it once, because if you do it once and then let's say something doesn't work and you try and download it again and you try to do it again, now you've got to go back to CubeNet's videos or website and see what you can do to take all that off and basically start from the beginning, because you will have messed that up, right? And so the file is that Zadig file. That is the only program that you need to do one time and one time only, right?
Yeah.
Correct. Now, and have you done that before, dude, or where you've downloaded that program and then have to start all over from scratch
For
to do it?
Arduino?
Yeah.
I mean, no, I think not. I mean, I had to download a new update, but that was it for Proffie OS 8.
Mm-hmm. Ace is in the house. What's up, Charlie? Hope you have a great workout, bro. The Profi config, yeah. Now, also, another great source to watch is Megtooth Sith. He's got some wonderful videos on there on learning all that stuff too, as well as wiring up your profi as well, because he's done quite a few, so you can really learn from him. I was hoping that he would see my message earlier and come on to the show and talk a bit about his experience with the profi. However, he hasn't seen my message, so he may be pretty busy.
Mm.
He may be pretty busy, so I was hoping he'd come on, right?
Yeah.
And talk about it. But maybe in another show he'll see that, and we can get him on the show next time, hopefully, right?
Yeah.
And then we'll do it that way, and we'll have some good times with learning a lot more on the profi for that point. Now, let me see here. Let me look up more up on this. Now we can primarily neopixels are used for the profi. I mean, has anybody used
RGB.
well, RGB? Yeah.
Okay. Funny story about that. When I first had my Master Replicas lightsabers, my Vader ESB and Luke ANH converted to NeoPixel. I initially had them done with keeping the RGB setting.
Mm-hmm.
And then a few months later, I found out that pixel blades had become much more powerful, much more, durable. So I was just like, fuck it, just transfer it over.
Funny thing about the Zadig software is that on Macs it's not needed. On Mac notebooks or Mac computers, whichever. Because really, reading Fernando's thing here, that's pretty interesting.
Well, Titan here says Profi needs to upgrade their app. Well, from what I understand, ForceSync doesn't. I've never used ForceSync before, so I've never had an issue with that.
Really, I just downloaded ForceSync and for the Golden Harvest 4, right? And it's an interesting little app, man. And I did it for the Crate Slayer, right?
Mm-hmm.
By the way, this is the blade that I just made, but I'm not gluing anything together, and I'm not really um yeah, I got big old scratches on this thing when I lit it up, and I'm all like, no. So this thing is all scratched up. So when I turn it on tonight, yeah, and you guys will see. Basically, this is my first 7/8 inch blade. So we will check that out later down the show, right? But for right now, we're going to continue with what we're learning on the proffie. And of course, forgive me, guys, because this is my really true first time into diving into the profi board and learning a little bit about it, and the reason why I wanted to talk about the profi board in terms of me being a newbie on it, there's a lot of people who are newbies too, and if they watch the show, we can get them a little bit of comfortable. And even though I don't have a crap ton of knowledge and a crap ton of um, stuff, knowledge about the board itself, the little bit that I'm learning with these newbies right now. And so the information that I'm given, you guys, everybody who is newbies can find all of this information. Like I said, you can type in profi board tutorials on YouTube and find a bunch and learn from Megtooth Sith. You can learn from Vet263. You can learn from just about Hubnit. You can go to his. I think he got a video as well when he first started the boards, and talks about it and stuff like that. And there's presets. The fonts on here. You can purchase from the font makers. Of course, when you go to font makers websites, or you go to uh, fontsounds.com, you can purchase those in the proffie format or any format that you choose. But since we're talking about the proffie format, there is a specialized way of doing blade styles and sound fonts onto the proffie itself. And it takes just a little bit of time, correct,
Yeah.
Harris?
Sorry, I got distracted by something. The whole Xeno 4 thing. My bad. Sorry.
So in terms of somebody putting sound fonts on there, it's not just a click, drag and drop type scenario, is it?
No. No. This new board, the Xeno 4 board, is that from what it looks like, is that it'll have all the fonts and everything loaded onto it. It won't have an SD card. It'll have a USB-C module where you can plug it into your phone and also plug it into your computer.
Mm-hmm.
And I like the idea, but I feel like with apps like that, with stuff like that, some kinks are going to be worked out. Now, I don't see a problem with it. I think it's an interesting idea. I just think that I'm going to wait and see. And me specifically, I'm a proffie guy. I'm not going to use Xeno as much, but
Mm-hmm.
it'll be interesting, especially since with working with Rebel Sabers, I'm going to need to know how proffie V4 works.
Right. Okay. Now, on the proffie board, when you're putting on some sound fonts,
You basically you have to be sure that they match up with the config file matches up with what is written inside the files.
okay. So
for example,
most important.
So for
Go ahead.
example, here, let me share my screen real quick. And let me use one config, for example. Let me use Anakin my Revenge of the Sith config. So we scroll down.
Okay.
The first font on there is Anakin Skywalker, Star Wars Battlefront 2, Ronin Sabers. So I'm going to go to my backup files, go to Anakin Skywalker ROTS. We scroll up to this one, Anakin Skywalker, Star Wars Battlefront 2, Ronin Sabers.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be exactly to the T how it's spelled, parentheses and all.
Okay, so what's written on that folder has to be written within the config system.
Precisely.
Okay.
And
then
other ones like Anakin Skywalker, parentheses CW, close parentheses, Mythomix CW. See them right here.
now, is there any spacing between those sound fonts, just like the blade styles and everything?
Yes, see right here? There's a
Mm-hmm.
space there, and then this is the custom one that I use here.
Okay.
Yep.
Now, is it in the spacing, is it one space? When you go to the next one, is it one space or is it two spaces in between each little? It looks like one space, right?
Basically, everything between here, this indentation,
Mm-hmm.
this indentation here, everything there is what the proffie board will read as the blade style and the font and the track.
Mm. And so if you accidentally have it less spacing, then it's not going to play at all. It's going to give you an error, right?
Putting these two forward slashes here will take
Mm-hmm.
off whatever other lines are said there. It's what blocks it out.
Mm.
It's the same. It's the same thing when you put it in on your define parts at the top.
Mm-hmm. Now, for the track section in there, do you define the tracks? Is
Yeah,
are the
yeah,
tracks defined within the SoundFont system itself, or
yes.
are the tracks a
In
separate
there
entity?
are two ways you can do this. There's tracks in the folder, like down here, like for example, right
Mm-hmm.
here, and then there are tracks that are located in the folders. So, for example, here's Obi-Wan's, here's Anakin versus Obi-Wan.
Okay. So those are the music tracks, and let's well, what about the quotes? Are the quotes considered tracks as well, or are
No,
they a different kind of file?
track quotes are put into a separate blade styles. Okay. Well, quotes are not included in that. There is a thing where you can base. Okay, hold on. Let me look. There is a okay, what was I looking at? Oh yeah. There was
Rich is in the house. Rich, if you want to come in, I sent you the link, dude.
yeah,
If
please.
you have time.
I could use someone else. I would really like to not be the only one he's talking to. Also because I'm tired from driving all the way back from Nashville after getting my ass handed to me by name a lightsaber guy. I got my ass kicked by Ryan McKenna. I got my ass kicked by so many people, but I still held
If
my
you
own.
have time, Rich, you don't, if you have time, bro.
But basically, with quotes in the blade style creator in FET263's style editor, you can do a thing where you are able to do a button setting where you can. Oh, thank you, Orlando. I really appreciate that. I'm very meticulous. If anything, I get it from my dad, who is incredibly anal. I hope he never sees this video. God help me. Oh, why did I say that? Oh my God, no. Okay.
Rich is asking, when you fight, do you use one or two-handed combat?
I try my best to alternate between the two, not let a singular style define me. So, I mean, if I'm going to try and thrust and riposte, I'm going to try and do it one style, but it's only if I can be able to do it while blocking my opponent's saber.
Now, on an average, when you are installing a font that you download, how long does it usually take you to install the font?
I mean, basically, it's basically simple as getting it, renaming it, tuning it to how I like, and then just putting it on the SD card and then loading it onto the config. I mean, sometimes at most it can take like an hour, depending on how many I want to do. Sometimes it could take less.
Well, let's say you do one or two, and then that's it. I mean, if somebody wants to do one or two at a time.
I should eventually make it. Yeah. I mean, yeah, definitely Orlando, especially with Xeno V4 coming out soon. I would say that honestly, I really don't think about it because when I do it on the weekends where I just do not care. I do not care.
I probably would do the same, I mean, because eventually, I have some proffie fonts, and they're old fonts, like Rogue Commander and a few others that I
Sneaky
got from,
Saber, yeah, those. Well,
you know,
as long as you have it correctly spelled on the config, it shouldn't be an issue. I always keep my thing plugged in before I have everything before I load up the config. Basically, make sure
Mm-hmm.
it's just spelt right and everything.
And what would happen? It would give you error messages if you actually missed something within
Yep,
the config, right?
it'll give you the blurred. It'll give you a muffled female sound that says font directory not found. I kid you not. That's what it sounds like. I call it Lola.
Lola, huh? We need to play that song, Lola, la
No,
la Lola.
play the Weird Al version. Yoda, why
Oh,
Yoda,
there we go. There
Yoda,
we go.
why Yoda, Yoda, da, 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 da.
That's the one we need to play. I stand corrected, dude. I stand corrected.
Speaking of what, Weird Al, I found out that Weird Al is coming to Chattanooga, to my hometown, to perform on October
Oh,
6th.
really?
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to bring my lightsaber. I'm going to ignite it, and I am going to. Well, no, well, Orlando. There's actually a font based off of the Seagulls bad lip reading video.
Now, how often do you find update your proffie?
I mean, I keep it at Proffie OS 8, which is the most recent OS update, and
Mm-hmm.
un- and until they do OS 9, which I'm pretty sure is not going to be for another way long time. I'm just doing it like that. And basically, what I did was I updated it with the new tracks and everything, and just swapped
Mm-hmm.
over to the other base configs that load up on the thing. Like for example, let's go to Proffie OS, and then I sound like Pingu. Fuck. Basically, config. These are all the main things that are inside the Proffie OS folder where Arduino connects to. The config in here, besides all the ones that I made, there are also
Mm-hmm.
default configs that load up, like Proffie V1, V1 test bench, Proffie V2 testing, so on and so forth. These are essential because otherwise your Arduino is going to give an error message and not going to be able to run it through. Teensy board, audio shield, so on and so forth. Also, there are drivers as well as common folders. Like these are all essential. These are all essential, so that way you're able to go through and load it up. Otherwise, it's just not going to go. It's not going to work.
What typically happens if it doesn't work? Besides you just get that Lola message that.
No, 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 no. Yeah.
So
Um,
what usually happens
no,
when
it
something
just
goes
no, it doesn't.
awry?
It doesn't. It would give an error message on the Arduino, on the code thing, on the app, not on the board.
Eh,
The board is only
Okay.
the board only gives an error message if it's something that happens inside the on the SD card. For example, if you don't include the common folder next to the font, it's
Mm-hmm.
going to yeah. Okay, KB's back. KB, get on the freaking stream. I need someone to help me out.
That's okay, dude. I mean, if you don't know things, I mean, that's fine, man. I mean,
Yeah.
or if you choose not to, if you choose not to,
I know. I'm being dramatic for performance sakes.
you need a beer.
I don't drink.
Oh, okay. Okay, you need a Dr. Pepper
You
then.
set trees on fire and inhale.
Yeah, but basically, it's just it's a but basically wait, what was I going on about?
What was going on wrong with the Proffie if you mess up
Basically,
certain
like
things?
for example, if your common folder isn't there, it says like error in font, like common folder or something like that. Orlando says
Talking about for OS 8?
including proffie version of my fonts. Well, Orlando, I do appreciate that you would be willing to do that, but what a lot of the major font users do is they include all the folders of all the main fonts like Xeno, Averso, SMV4 Pro, Proffie, CFX, Golden Harvest, all in those burners. Like with Kyberphonic, with KSIF, they do Mythomix, they do that sort of thing. Thankfully, what you've already done is you've taken it where you put Brian Connor's sound font converter link in the description, which is a great help, especially to people who do not want Xeno. And but yeah, it's definitely helped, especially because Xeno is already unpacked and you don't need folders for inside a Xeno font. Yeah. Rich, with my Proffie, I prefer Proffie V3. And what I have done is in addition to the fonts that including everything seemed difficult at first, but I reckon I could eventually add all major boards. Yeah, I mean, if you want to do that, that's totally your prerogative. And I think, and I will say though, for me, in what I'm doing, what you're doing right now actually works really well, especially for customer service, which is what I'm working with Rebel Sabers, and it really does help. It helps a ton, and people are very appreciative about it, beyond measure.
And Orlando, man, I'm gonna extend the invitation right here. If you ever want to come onto the show, you're more than welcome to. I would greatly appreciate if you came on and talked about your experience with the Xeno boards, because we've again, this is Saber Talk Sunday, and having somebody who has experience in the different boards it'd be such a great honor to have you on here, dude.
I'm still the new kid on the block. The only experience outside of Proffie I got is SMV4 Pro.
Well, SMV4 Pro is nice. I mean, it's a beginner stage to it.
It's Proffie Light. It's budget Proffie.
Yeah, I'm looking at getting premium version of StreamYard, which may help. I mean, you don't really need a premium version. You just take the link and open it up.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Anthony has, because that's, like I said, this is Anthony's show itself.
Also, it might be different. It might be different for him because he's all the way over in Australia, and they have their own problems. Their government has their own problems with the internet. I'm not going to get into that. But yeah.
Oh, who's in Australia?
Orlando.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh, wow. Well, that's crazy, because we were gonna have Leon on here, and Leon's over there in Australia, and so see his time frame. My Saturday night would be his Sunday morning, basically. So, I think, wait, it'd be afternoon actually. My Sunday night, like at 8 or 9 at night. My 8 or 9 at night would be, I think, his 2 or 3 6 o'clock in the evening. I think that's what it was.
Yeah.
Because when I was gonna have Leon on the show, I was gonna do it at 9 o'clock at night my time. And his time was like Monday at like 6 in the evening or something like that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if it makes you feel Orlando, there are plenty of lightsaber people there. You just need to know where to look. I mean, like, for example, there's AUS Sabers. They're basically one of the main LGT vendors over there. JW Sabers, he does TXQ.
TXQ and Proffie.
TXQ and Proffie. Well, no, TXQ is the manufacturer. Proffie's a board.
Yeah, no, I mean, he also does the. I'm eating the raisin heads. He also does custom installs. And
also, and Jawa's Junkyard. They're located over in.
Is that Leon?
Yep.
Yeah, that's Leon. Jawa's
Okay.
Junkyard is Leon. Yeah.
I couldn't remember.
So I assumed you guys. Well, I apologize because I assumed you guys knew that was Jawa's Junkyard, but that's my fault for not clarifying that.
I couldn't remember
Um,
if Leon was Jawas or Wanawanga.
Wanawanga,
Yeah.
Britain.
Wanawanga's in Britain.
Yeah, guys,
I thought it
you
was
got to
like
know
that
the
in Texas.
difference. Britons are not Australians, and Australians are not British.
I know the difference, dude.
One,
All right,
of them,
mate.
one of them was a country that was used as a penal colony, for Christ's sakes. Learn your
Oh
world
my God.
history.
We got a real Karen here.
No. I'm not a Karen. I'm a history buff. There's a difference.
Okay, history buff. You're still well, like you said, you were anal about it. So, damn.
Shut up.
You need some rest, dude.
Yeah,
You definitely need rest. Well,
Yeah.
you just did you just get home right before the show?
No, I got back at 3:00 in the afternoon, Eastern Standard Time, and I'm just tired. I mean, I woke up. I know it's only an hour time difference between here and Nashville, but still at the same time, I'm just. It's just been a long weekend, and I'm probably still feeling from getting thrashed about.
I'm gonna call you
I tried to
Thrasher.
watch your match today, but the stream kept crashing. I was able to watch yesterday, but they couldn't get a good.
Well, hey,
connection today.
at least I didn't blow up the audio by having my sabers on.
Again, yeah, that one is infamous.
Yeah, really, man.
Oh, that day was infamous.
Yeah, from last.
Now, Orlando, we can accommodate a show if you want, dude. We can do a show on a Saturday night in your midday Sunday, so that we can let folks know early on that we'll have the show on a Saturday instead of a Sunday, so that we can accommodate your time, and and that way it'll be your evening time or afternoon time, right, on a Sunday. So that way we won't take away from anything that you have to do, and you can set aside some time for that if that's what you're wanting to do, bro. I always try to be accommodating for time on guests and where they're coming from and so forth, so that way. I mean, we did it for Cal as well, and I can certainly do it for you as well. And if Leon decides he wants to come on again and see, we could try Leon again and see if he's willing to come on. Yeah, no problem, dude. No problem. You just tell us when you're available, and we can set up a show for it, and then we'll make the announcement, so that way people, normally see us on Sunday, they can catch it on a Saturday, and that way everybody will be on the same page and in the same time and so forth. So again, it'd be a real honor to have you, dude.
Yeah.
I'll keep thinking of oh my God. Okay, so let's go back to the proffie, and in there I was seeing that so you do have to have a certain amount of definitions in terms of defining what you really want in your sabers to do, right? In the config, you define the different blade styles and the blade styles are typically done within, I think it's Note, right? And you write them, or they're written in Note, and then you copy that onto the board as far as like the blade styles go.
The code is actually generated on Blade Style Editor.
Blade.
But
you can do it
on WordPad.
On WordPad. Okay, so yeah, that's what I was trying to get, WordPad. So I'm used to it being kind of like Note, so it's the same, almost the same concept. But
Yeah, Notepad,
um,
WordPad, all the,
yeah.
any of them that can display C++.
Okay. So thanks for clarifying that up, KB. Because if people were asking, well, how do you? Let's say you can't get, you can just copy and paste that, but how would you be able to regenerate those kind of blade styles in that format? And you would do the notepad, have that whole setup where it's written down, and then you would copy that onto your
There's
config,
also a
right?
better one than the stock Windows Notepad. It's called Notepad Plus Plus, and you can pretty much write your whole code right there in it, in whatever language you need. Which I guess in this case would be C++. So you have all your define. You can literally, if you know your way around code, you can write it right there.
Now, what I'm seeing in a basic config type style here on FET263's page is there is a lot of hashtag define type stuff, right, within your config. Like hashtag define FET263 lockup underscore delay 200, and then you do a little space and then hashtag ndif. So what I'm seeing in this little type of config type thing, you have that list, and in that list, you have a hashtag defined, and then you put whatever is going to happen for that. Let's say like enable motion, right?
Yeah, and it has to
Or
be case sensitive for each of those, and you got to make sure that your underscores are put correctly. Basically, if you mess up any punctuation, capitalization, you in for a long night.
so like Barris was saying, I mean, you have to be to the T. I mean, you
Yeah.
dot your I's, cross your T's, and if you miss one T, you're screwed. You don't know where you're.
Rich was giving the cheat codes in the chat.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Rich, I believe that's what I'm kind of learning right now. So I'm just kind of right now I'm taking all this in as a newbie.
I'm asking Rich too. Have you all checked out the Proffie Config app yet?
I downloaded it, but I have not really checked it out fully. I think it was a couple of years ago when I oh my gosh, I think it was about 4 years ago, 5 years ago when I first back in 2017 when I was, like I said, when I was learning all this stuff and running before I could walk, trying to learn things. I went about it all the wrong way. I downloaded all this stuff and trying to do this and trying to do that without really learning it, and then getting into the CFX and getting into the Golden Harvest. I kind of just left Proffie like, okay, it got pretty overwhelming for me to learn Proffie, but at this time in this age, being able to learn what it's about and how it is utilized should be a priority on myself right now. Because
that's actually the exact reason why I made my very first adult saber a Proffie 3.9. It was also the only way I could convince my wife to let me spend $600 on a lightsaber. She said, "You better learn something from this, otherwise you out of luck."
I gotta go real quick and do something real quick. I'll be right back.
Go for it, man. Go for it. So, yeah. So basically, You guys and that are watching this, I know a lot of people that know the Profi board and know how to do this and know how to do that, right? I can't offer any real value in terms of knowledge right now at this moment in time, but I feel it's necessary to talk about it because there is, like I said, there's a lot of tutorials out there on YouTube, but we've never really touched basis of the Profi board here on Saber Talk, and I feel it's important that we start, showcasing and talking a little bit about boards. Even though I don't know a lot about certain boards, we can talk about them in what I do know, what I can learn, what little I do know, and so forth. And the information that I'm getting is I'm portraying to the newbies just as well, because what you don't know, I don't know, and I am portraying as a person who just got into the Profi board, right? And so what little
I'm still a
information
noob
I
too.
can, so what little information I can project to people, you know, is what I'm learning as well. So again, I'm way behind, and there are way others that are more advanced than I am. Um,
I don't think
Especially
there's
like
no such thing
Rich
as
and yourself.
behind in this.
Well, it's a little bit harder for me as well, being dyslexic. When you see things backwards, I really
Yeah,
have to
I
take
mean
my
that's
time
that's
and
just a
looking at
different
things.
line of code, But I don't think there's a
Yeah, no, I have
in
to take
this
my time
niche.
in doing it.
Yeah,
So
and
it's
there's absolutely
like,
nothing wrong with taking your time. You actually should.
yeah.
Like even Tim Tierfanobo, he was in the middle of a project, and he was trying to get some help in the subreddit Discord server. He was
Hmm.
he was moving too quickly and overlooked something. And hey, lo and behold, the mods and the client helped him figure out, oh, I needed to slow down. I know what I'm doing. I'm just trying to move too quickly.
Now, right now, we're up to Profi Board 3.9, right? That's
Mhm.
that's what
Version
we're
4
up
should
to
be out
right now.
soon.
What's that?
I think version 4 should be out soon, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, version
If
4.
not,
Wow.
if not this summer, I think maybe next summer. I think they're
Now
switched out.
is 3.9. Okay, I'm gonna go to Architect Labs tutorial on their website right now, because they've got the Profi 3.9, right? And it gives the introduction of
What's
the
the version?
3.9.
Yeah,
So it's
I pulled a great
Architect.
I pulled a great screenshot off of their website for the pins, because theirs is the actual 3.9. If you go on
Yeah.
Hubanet, that the diagram there is the 2.2 and 3.7, which who's seen a 3.7 in how long?
A 3.7.
Yeah, that's what's on Hubanet.
Really?
Uh-huh. Because
He's got a 3.7 on his website, and yet we have a 3.9 out right now.
yeah, because the FETs aren't that much different.
Oh,
They only differ from 3.9 to 2.2.
oh,
They
okay.
switched up some things, which is what I found out I was doing wrong with my Profi swap. I was upgrading from a 2.2 to a 3.9, doing a 1-to-1 FET swap, and I wasn't supposed to do that.
Ooh. Now typically you have to, depending on what kind of setup you're doing, right? You really have to distribute that power with two FETs instead of the one, because you run a risk of burning out one FET with just doing that, right? So you want that power surge to go between the two FETs.
Yeah, which is what I'm having to relearn, and I'm actually glad I've been made to sit down and not be able to work on my Profi for a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Because all I was doing was really just copying other people's diagrams and what it looked like from the factory.
Now I know some of the features it has is the thermal detonator support, the blaster
Yeah.
support,
Mhm.
and the Micom's sweet sound prop, remote
all
control
the
via Bluetooth, all that.
even the helmets, like some of the helmets have proffie in it
Mm-hmm.
with the Bluetooth module. All the blasters got proffie in it. Thermal detonators for sure. 'Cause
OLED
it's
PLI
so easy to
displays.
program things. Like proffie is open source for a reason,
Mm-hmm.
and the fact that it's no longer just limited to being in lightsabers, and you get to see the full capabilities of what you're working with. Oh, what a
Yeah.
time!
Oh yeah, I mean, there's an endless possibilities that the proffie can actually end up doing, and I mean, just for everyday type things, right?
And you can program an AI in it and put it in the R2 unit.
Yeah.
That's I'm seriously thinking about, because when I don't, I'm kind of conflicted of putting what board to put, because I do eventually plan on making a full size R2, and since I do have my CC, um, Centauri Carbon, I need to start buying, the PLA plus, uh, all the PLA plus filament to start doing some of the downloads and get the body going.
I was being a really spoiled brat and only looking at Bamboo Labs, but I think I might just end up getting a Creality Ender just to get
Oh,
started.
I like my CC because the CC is cheap right now.
Yeah, that's what I think I'm gonna get. I'm a bit of a spoiled brat, so I don't want to have to manually feed anything. But you got to cut some corners when you got more important bills to pay for.
Exactly. I used my spending money for my girls this weekend. We went and watched the Mando and Grogu movie. Also the
How'd
Mortal
you like
Kombat
it?
movie. It was good. I
I
enjoyed
got a
it.
couple more watches that I got to do, but
It was really
it was
good.
fun.
It's a
I
good
enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it. It was what Star Wars should be.
It was a nostalgia fest for sure, but it felt fun, and
It did.
that's something I was
It
missing.
was a properly told story.
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially with that spoiler alert perspective change.
La, 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 la. No, just kidding. You're good.
Yes. Exactly. It was good. It was
It
good.
was beautifully told. Like the
It
runtime,
really
I felt
was.
like could have been a bit longer. Like
Now the one thing
I'm
that
used to an hour with an episode.
I was kind of surprised that Grogu actually didn't have a saber with him. No, I mean he did. I mean he
Oh,
did some,
He gave it
It
up.
was
He gave
yeah,
it
Force
up.
stuff,
he
but
gave it up. He
but
gave
you
it up
would
in
you
that
would think
episode.
that maybe he could learn to make his own on his own, right?
No, because Luke gave him the choice back in that episode. I can either you can either follow me, follow the ways of the Jedi, which would mean you got to leave your found family
Forsake
for a
the
while,
Right.
and for the length of time that it takes for you to get of age, for when it is time for you to return, he probably gonna be
Hmm.
dead.
You
And
think
Grogu
so?
chose like, you know what? I'm still a baby, but I've also been alive for 50 human years. He ain't got that much longer. I'm gonna stick it out. I'm sure I can find you in about 20.
You know what would be good is for Luke to come as a Force ghost and see him. That would be good.
Well, at this point in the chronology, he would still be. It would still be Return of the
Plausible.
Jedi era.
Hmm.
It would still
Plus,
be post Return of the Jedi.
there's these rumors of them restarting the post original trilogy era by somehow removing the sequels from the canon or something. It, it looks
I
like
haven't found any credibility to it.
I feel like if maybe they're trying to pull an end game or something, an event game
I hope
style.
not.
Like, I
I
mean,
hope not.
maybe I just
I wouldn't put it past Disney, but I sincerely hope they know they're not going to be that cheap.
it would be cheap, yes.
They're in panic mode right now, man. A lot, especially because of the now that they screwed over Jeremy Renner, and Jeremy Renner just signed a big ass contract with DC.
Oh,
He's
really?
like,
Oh,
yeah,
I
yeah.
hope he was
So
Oliver Queen. High key. I hope he's
So-
Oliver Queen.
yeah.
it would be interesting to see. It would be interesting to see because he'd be going from Hawkeye to Oliver Queen, right?
I mean, it could work. I think
It would be the appropriate age.
Jeremy Renner being an
Mm-hmm.
Oliver Queen. Although I would prefer Stephen Amell coming back as Green Arrow.
Oh, I mean, of course. I mean, he killed it. He killed it as Oliver
He
Queen.
set the groundwork for a proper Oliver, but lately he's been a bit problematic. He's been running his mouth too much. He's been running his mouth too much, and we're talking about him putting him back in the limelight of a comic book character.
Wait, I don't get it. What has Stephen Amell done? I don't know this.
He even said some things out his mouth that he should not have.
No.
I'll just
Yeah,
leave it
but
at
Disney's
that.
but Disney doesn't want to pay their top people, man. They want to give them, they want to give them for very little for
I
what
still
they
want to use
do.
AI, and I'm not okay with that.
I'm not either.
Full
I'm not
VFX
either.
working for AI.
I don't like how AI. I mean, my aunt. I was having dinner with my aunt and uncle and cousins earlier, and they were like, "What do you think about AI?" And it's like, I don't like using it. It's like, but you use Google. It's like, yeah, but I don't use it intentionally.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of that, I'm actually in just earlier today. I spent most of the day downloading and trying out. It actually took a while, but a Linux system as opposed to Windows, because I've been doing a lot of research on that, and supposedly because of all the security type stuff and the basically information selling that Windows is doing on a lot of people. Yeah, if you want to take back some of your privacy and all that good stuff, try a Linux system, and you can do a dual system where you don't have to completely get away from Windows, but you can try out the Linux system. And today I went to the Linux in terms of just doing both, right? And trying out the Linux system, and it's not bad. So the Mint 22 and Zorin 18 right now are the two Linux OSs that basically are the closest to a Windows system that you can go and try out. And if anybody's wanted to check out that kind of
Are they
type
open
of stuff,
source?
yeah, they're open source actually. They really are, but Linux has been around for a long time, and lately, well, for a long time, they've been the butt jokes of a lot of tech stuff. But now everybody's like getting tired of getting their shit, their data sold and everything, and privacy taken away from Windows, and not being in control of their own computers, and people are going to the Linux system to take back their control.
I haven't had any difficulty with that.
Oh, you won't. No, you won't. You won't know. You won't know because it's not something you know about that.
I have iPad. I got iPhone. Had a Mac. They selling the information too.
Oh yeah, everything is selling information. Whether you get some of your privacy back or not, it's upon you. And things are so deep that you really don't know what they're doing. If you go in and you'll see like one of the YouTube videos I checked out, why what Windows is starting to lose steam is because after Windows 11, if you have Windows 10, you basically they basically cut you off from all the
Well, this already happened.
security. Yeah, they cut you off from all the security updates and everything like that. And so with this Linux system that's out, you get security updates for your computer till 2030 or 2029, something like that. And so again, like I said, I'm trying it out, but there's a lot of videos on all that stuff out there right now. So there's a lot of tech people telling you about what's actually happening with your data and everything, even though you think you might. No, yeah, even your TVs are stealing your data and selling it to data brokers, making money off you. It's crazy, dude.
Wild.
It's crazy. It is wild. Man, I tell you, it's a big rabbit hole. So you got to take a baby step into this stuff. Take a baby step and don't go too far. Don't take too big a steps.
I remember when Apple and Macintosh were getting crapped on, like you said. Also, with just the butt of every joke, because they were so far behind what Windows was doing. Looking back on it, I feel like with Windows, we got the microwave version of everything, but Linux, Mac, Apple is like a good bake.
No. Did we lose Mundo?
I don't know.
I thought it was me for a second.
Yeah, I'm out of it, man. I got in standards. I faced Ryan McKenna.
Whoa, I'm so mad. I missed that.
It's all right. Let me see.
Do you have any footage?
No, but I can show you. But hold on. Let me go to.
I'll have to edit some.
Hold on. TSL, Chattanooga, Tennessee. Okay, nope. Hold on. I'm looking for where. All right. Here, KB, go to Saber Legion YouTube channel and go to live. That's where all the the masters and exotics. That's where the first one yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah. Saber Legion YouTube channel. Yep.
That's why. Wait, why does everything look so hyper zoomed in? You said it was earlier today?
Yeah. This weekend. Today's was exotics and the women's fighting category. And let me tell you something.
Oh, so you were yesterday?
Yeah, yesterday.
Okay. So I did watch your match then.
Yeah, I
was wondering who was fighting McKenna.
The first, yeah, that was me. And I mean, I got some hits in, but I mean, he's competitive, man. I'm nowhere near.
He came to win.
He always
was
comes
not
to
playing.
win.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that, guys.
Come back. Yeah, McKenna.
No,
was not playing around in that match.
we're getting a big old thunderstorm coming in right now, so I certainly apologize about that.
Don't be, dude. It's all right.
Oh man, it's crazy. We've been having thunderstorms off and on for the last 3 days, and I thought we were gonna get away with not having one tonight, but it's rolling in right now.
Well,
I
if it
do
makes you feel any
apologize.
better, it rained pretty hard here in Chattanooga as well.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm very glad and grateful for the rain because we've been in such a bad drought that it's like we need it big time. Let me see. What did I miss here?
Was Saber fighting you? Yes, Orlando, that was.
Was saber fighting you guys were was that saber fighting you guys were talking about before? Yes. Give me a second. I am going to send you. All right.
Do you know what timestamp
Oh,
you were on?
yeah, Titan. I'm not even on Wi-Fi, bro. I'm on my 5G network. I'm not even on Wi-Fi. If I was on Wi-Fi, I think it'd be a lot worse right now.
Check the general. Check the general chat on your Discord, Orlando. That's where I put it on. But yeah, basically, Saber Legion is very hard, very just. Whew,
It's my
it's
kind of fighting.
tiresome, but it's very good. And I was talking about it with Bobby, the main one of the best fighters out there, and he says he doesn't know about whether or not he would like be allowed to participate in lightsaber fighting if it went to the Olympic level because of all the different rules and whatnot there with the French Fencing Federation.
Wow.
But honestly, I would bet my money that Bobby Zavala would make it as
Oh,
USA.
absolutely. I think he'd end up with the
He
gold.
would make it.
And there are some really good fighters out there. But Bobby is quick. He is ruthless. He will not, and he does not believe in the whole right away shit. He is
Hell
going to
no.
come at you hardcore.
As soon as they say go, he's like, "Oh, you're mine."
Yeah. And for the record, to all of you who watch Saber Legion, Bobby is the one in purple.
With the
He
pink
is
hair.
the purple unicorn.
Don't let the unicorn. Don't let the unicorn fool you. Be vicious, man.
What form do y'all use? Orlando, one thing you need to know about Saber Legion is that there's not a specific form when it comes to fighting. There's no Ataru. There's no Makashi.
Think of it like Hema with lightsabers.
Some people will like try and fit in like a saber draw or something like a katana or something, but ultimately it all comes down to it's sort of like Hema, you know, like medieval sword fighting. Like
It's Hema with lightsabers.
yeah, it's like that.
Basically.
I mean, there are some like Ludo Sport who try and ingratiate the 7 forms of lightsaber combat, but it's I don't know.
Ludo Sport is a different animal. Like they do their own types of forms. So you got TSL, which is basically lightsaber Hema. Ludo Sport, that's more of your theatrical comp. Then you got TPLA, that's more of your Olympic level.
I mean, wait, TPLA?
Terra Prime. They're the U.S. Division.
I mean, I personally would not mind a blend of Saber Legion and Ludo Sport because it not only would be entertaining, but it would
also entertaining.
It would be very entertaining, and it would also give a bit of it would just be a nice way of blending everything, you know.
Especially with who's in the Legion right now. Fucking class clowns.
Oh,
Oh, it would be
oh yeah,
hilarious.
Bobby. I mean, Bobby would probably be like, what color saber did you use, Barris?" Well, um, there's usually the basic scheme is red fighter, blue fighter. So I just switched my blade color to whatever
Were
font,
you red or blue?
red or blue, that I had at the time. What are you asking, KB?
McKenna was blue, right? You red?
Yeah.
Okay.
Um, with when I in my redemption round, I faced off against Natasha, Bobby's wife, and it was actually the first time I faced off against Nat, and she was actually sporting a. She was hurt on her right leg, particularly around the shin or knee, I think. So I was going into this not confident, but acutely aware that she had what looked to be um,
Handicap?
a handicap. And I actually was able to get a few good strikes in on her, including one like right on the neck in the face, like on the back of the neck there. Like, and
Yeah.
I did not expect that to happen at all. So, but I lost, and there were definitely definitely some calls from the judges because there were strikes where I did not feel a damn thing. It had nothing to do with it wasn't adrenaline that was coursing through me. I didn't actually feel it. I didn't feel anything brush up against my armor.
You know what's funny? I actually experienced that today when we were
And
sparring.
look, I understand there are some bad calls by judges, but at the same, and I understand because judging is difficult. But yeah, it's just one
It
of
is
those.
what it is.
Uh,
It is what it is.
like,
Now,
look,
one of the things I was,
don't get me wrong. I was going to lose regard. I was going to lose. I knew by the point streams that I had, I was going to lose. I fully understand that. I just believe that there were just some points that were just that that were just bad calls by the judge.
bro, you got to think positive. Don't think about losing. You got to think about winning, man. Have that positive mindset.
My coach always says, as soon as you step in that ring, you're going with the mindset, I'm going to win, and I'm taking you down with me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, if you're going with the mindset that you're gonna lose, you're gonna lose. Going with the mindset that you're gonna win, even if you lose, you're still a winner because you held your own. You see what
I
I'm
will
saying?
say this, from what I'm rewatching, definite improvement from last year.
You mean me?
Yes.
Thank
Hmm.
you.
So much.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Now, as I was saying, I'm gonna go back to talking about the profit a little bit because, and of course the what I was talking about on the Linux system. I want to see how what that system is capable of in terms of downloading when you download a font and when you um, download uh, the blade styles and so forth, how easy or how difficult it's going to be within that OS in terms of transferring that information. Now, I did see that I did download some movies and I downloaded VLC to see how well it would play, and it played the movies pretty well with VLC. So within that operating system, if that capability goes pretty well there, then I assume that the transferring those files from your SD card on that system should be relatively the same as Windows, basically, and get those transfers in and make sure that they're in proper form, right? So I'll be working on that after the show. When I get off the show, I'm gonna see how well it transfers SD card files from the OS system itself onto the SD card, and from the SD card back onto the OS itself, and see how the transfer rate goes. Now, as far as it going right now, because it's on a memory stick, it's running a little slower than what it should, but if everything goes well and I start liking how the system and I put it on that laptop, uh, then I can really get a sense of what that what that operating system can do. And as far as programming Proffie and getting and downloading all the programs for the lightsabers, right? And as well as getting the file folders for the lightsabers in order and everything else on top of that. So that would be interesting to see how that's going to go, and I'll be working on that tonight since I'll be off on Monday. I'm going to be working on that a little bit tonight, and then I'm going to switch gears now because the night before, well, the last 2 nights, I kind of started working on a 7/8 inch blade, and gosh, I didn't even measure how long this blade is, but because this was a 7/8 inch blade, I had some little bit of stock from the
Tester blade.
from 50/50 LEDs left, right? So I decided I'm going to make a short blade, and this is stock from the Custom Saber shop, the 7/8 inch blade stock. I downloaded and 3D printed the black tip you see here, right here, for the PCB. I 3D printed that out, and then so let's test the blade out and see how it came out. Now I do know I cut the foam a little bit too much on here, so we may end up seeing some dark spots right up in here. But let's test it out on the Crate Slayer, since the Crate Slayer is a 7/8 inch blade, and see if I was actually successful in getting this blade to work. You guys ready?
Moment of truth.
I'm gonna back up. I'm gonna back up just a smidget here, and let's see if it's actually gonna work.
You want to take the big screen?
Let's see here.
Waiting for pairing.
I will. No, I'm not gonna pair it right now. So, oops, hold on. What am I doing here? There we go. So, all right. So let's see. It works. It works.
Very nice.
Let's go.
Let's see here. All right. So there's a good little test here. Let's try another little font here. So
Sound menu.
You want to see something cool? At the end of this day. Electric essence.
let's go with this one. I miss James. James is so busy right now. My gosh. Let's see.
Ooh, that
I would say that's a good. I would say that's a good test.
I like that one. Can I have that? That one looks
And
so
I
good
have
in
not
that
glued-
video.
I did not glue anything down because and the reason being, and I'm going to show you guys this. I'm going to take it. Let me see. I'm going to take the lid off, and you can see right here. I don't know if you guys can. Oh, maybe not. It's too bright. It's shining it out. Yeah, it's too bright right there, man. But I had cut, like I said, I cut the foam a little too short, right? And then of course the I guess the Corbin film, it's in there along with it and so forth.
This custom
And
series
so-
has the
But this does
screw-on.
also, I don't know if you can see this, but it's got some gashes in the blade itself, like right here. And I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's a big old
Oh, okay.
gash right in here, big old
If you-
scratch.
maybe if you depower it.
Probably. Let me see. So I don't know if you can actually, if it'll actually. catch it or not, but right in here, there's a big old scratch right up in there. And when you turn it on, you can actually see it, right? But I guess you can't see it without the LEDs. But and I guess the camera really washes it out a little bit too. Let's try another sound font and see.
Sound menu.
Angelic plasma.
Dark Republic.
It's funny that we're talking about proffie because I'm actually in the middle of
Right.
rewiring my proffie right now.
Cryocarbon.
And I'm not sure I'm doing a good job. Really not sure I'm
What do
doing
I
a good job.
sacrifice?
I think I'm failing.
Dark harvest.
Let's see. All right, let's try that one. I've not tried this one yet, so let's see. Well, not bad. I guess I did okay. And this is gonna, I guess I can utilize this as my test blade. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a good test play. Is that a blood orange?
Yeah, it's kind of like a fire blood orange. It's got a little bit of yellows to it, so whatever's on the
It's
blade
beautiful.
style. It's whatever's on the blade style, man. It's weird because what I'm seeing is the it's kind of like red and yellowish, and I mean it's really going crazy, dude. I mean it's crazy. I don't know. Maybe you can see it a little bit better against
Yeah.
my hand, right? Of what's
As soon as
going
the
on.
exposure went down, yeah.
So
As soon as the exposure went down for like half a second, you could see it. But on camera, it looks great.
oh, there we go. There's a little bit better with what I'm seeing right there.
Yeah, it's nice. Personally, I prefer using a rotoscope blade.
I'm
You see
in the
that?
minority. I kind of like the sequel
Just a tip.
blades.
See that? Look, I mean that's crazy, dude. The blade's off, but the tip is still lit, right?
Yeah,
And
that's not.
That'd be an issue with the programming. That's not good though.
no, it's not the programming. I think it's just the blade itself. I think the LEDs that I have on here are a little messed up, or maybe I messed them up somehow when I was doing the soldering.
I do have some good news.
Go for it.
My Maul Shadow Lord font from Vader Sabers is in country. It's making its way to my friend in Wisconsin, who will swap out the boards for Proffie V3s, and then I get it. Yay!
Nice. That's cool.
And I also picked this up from Rebel Sabers this weekend at Saber Strong. It's the quick disconnect coupler, and she had a pair of Maul hilts that I was able to experiment with. So that way, because I found out it needs a flat bottom to push in the core to make sure the pins connect. And look, don't get me wrong, the connecting cores, the cores do connect. It does keep the core in with this part, but it doesn't push it up into the saber.
Yeah.
And she did suggest Nikki, the person who was selling them. She's the wife of Will, the owner, who also is a seller. But she owns and operates. But she told me she did try putting a piece of plastic in to try and do it, but then it just muffled the volume.
Yeah. Orlando, eventually, if I get a Xeno, dude. Right now, this is a Golden Harvest board in here.
Well, you do know you can convert the sound fonts to Golden Harvest, right?
Oh, you can. Okay.
Yeah, Brian Connor's sound font converter.
Okay. I need to send that info to me, and I'll get that.
I'm
gonna look up.
I'm going to go to Orlando Dove's YouTube, and it'll
Wait.
have it in the thing.
Oh, you know what? hold on. Orlando does his YouTube.
Yeah.
I'll do it on this other phone that I've got right here. I'll do it on there.
Yeah. He has it. Yeah.
I'm gonna do it right now, dude.
You're welcome.
Or
Mm.
Lindo Dove.
Yeah. His most recent video was actually General Grievous font.
General Grievous, huh?
The Collector.
Is it the one that has it says collector free custom lightsaber font?
Yep.
Okay.
Where is it? What is it?
Orlando does sound fonts.
What format is it? Is it only for
It's
Xeno?
on Xeno, but you can use the sound font converter to do it to whatever you want.
Cool.
Nice. Okay, so I'm gonna continue looking at that a little bit after the show because I don't want to take away from the show right now, but I will definitely check that out for sure, and then that will. Scott, I'm gonna definitely check out. Yeah, Orlando, I'm gonna definitely check out your stuff, dude. Yeah, for sure, man. I will definitely check it out, man, for sure. And then I can download those and we can feature some of those on the show next time if I get time to do some stuff. Like lately it's just crazy with all the stuff that I have to do, and I'm still working on getting my truck worked on and stuff like that. It's just whew, it's hard not having a vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
When you're down to one vehicle and you got 4 people going all different places, whew, it is rough. Now, let's on the Proffie board itself. Um, when you watch the Proffie board tutorial on the 2.2, it is a dramatically different, and not too much different, but there is a great step within the wiring process of wiring a Proffie 3.9 as opposed to the 2.2. KB, am I correct on that?
Yeah, I made that mistake. I'm rectifying it now. Trying to, at least. I have confirmed that I get power. I don't have my SD card in it yet, so I don't know if anything gonna light up or anything, and I also don't have my switches wired up yet too. So
now when you go to the website and it gives you the options of all of that, in terms of the wiring diagram, is the wiring diagram for the 3.9 or is it for the 2.2, and you have to actually go and do a little bit more research for the 3.9 wiring?
So if from the Hoopanet website,
Yeah,
your diagram is going to be on a 3.7, which is the closest
to the 3.9.
3.9.
Okay.
2.2 is wildly different. That's gonna be its own thing.
So if somebody has the 2.2, then they need to stick with that kind of wiring schematic in terms of sticking with that particular board. You can't go and research a 2.2 wiring diagram and expect it to work with the 3.9.
Right, but you can like easily go from a 2.2 to a 3.9. You just gotta make sure you're wiring the correct board, which
Right.
Same way you generated the diagram for the 2.2, same way you do for 3.9.
Yeah.
After that, it's just get your soldering iron in it. together. Which is what I'm doing now. Because right now my soldering looks horrible, and I gotta figure out a way to rectify that.
Yeah. Hey guys,
Oh,
I'm gonna have to clock out. I'm just
oh yeah, go get some rest, dude. Go get some rest for sure, man.
all right. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good
Have
night.
a good week, man. Have a good holiday tomorrow, dude.
Okay, thank you.
Now, KB, I was also thinking that well, you're soldering. Do you have soldering wick?
No, but my kid came with a solder sucker. When I
Okay.
finally figured out how to use, howsoever it is violent.
You can use it, but it's not as for me. It's not as effective as the solder wick, right?
Yeah,
Because it's a little. I mean, it
it is.
works,
It's
but
violent. It works, but it's violent. It's more violent than necessary.
and I've got two of those solder suckers, man. But because I've got one for backup and just in case, because I had one, I bought one and it was cheaply made and it just popped. Like when I did it, I mean, it was just so poorly made. We're like, damn, the spring just came loose and went bing all over the place. Like, wow, that was money well spent.
Right?
But yeah, solder weight can really clean up the board a lot better than just the solder, sucker.
A lot neater. A lot neater. Like
Mm-hmm.
the solder sucker it'll do its job, so long as you have at least helping hands. At least something to help keep it stable. Um,
Oh, nice, Orlando.
ow, this thing isn't even hot, and I just poked myself.
what
Right in the cuticle too.
what temp are you running? What temp are you running on your soldering
Uh,
iron?
I've actually been going between 750 and 660.
Oh, I do about 637 on mine. 637 is a good number.
Yeah, I think under because this is let's see if it'll pull up.
Yeah, I need to
Get
get
some
one of those,
predefined
dude.
preset.
Oh,
TikTok shop.
they are. Okay. Okay.
I like it. It's quick. It heats up really quickly, cools down really quickly too.
I need to get one of those for the simple fact that it's like my soldering iron, of course, it's corded, right? I mean, you
Mhm.
can see the cord right here, and sometimes with all the stuff that I have, I mean, y'all seen all the shit that I have on my uh, workbench. Um, gets all that stuff gets in the way, and the cord gets in the way too. So it makes it difficult when I'm at a different difficult angle, and I need to get like with this blade right here. I had a difficult angle of trying to get the LEDs wired up a certain way because the way I was doing it, the wires were really kind of hard to uh, they were a little less flexible than the other ones that I've done, but because I think they're the power works. So when you cut them short, they're a little less flexible than the other type of 22 gauge wires, right? And I went with for the power, of course, the 22 gauge wires, and then with
Whoa,
the Mo Mo's in the house.
brother.
Mo's in the house. And let's see. So, Mo's at a birthday party. If he hadn't come in yet, he's at a birthday party, and he may or may not come in. So, we'll see what happens. But I think for the most part, he may not come in. Family first, guys. Family first.
Yep.
So, again, for like I was saying, for 22 gauge for your power in here, and I believe I did a I think it was a 24 gauge. I don't want to say, well, no, it was a 26 gauge for the data, right? It was 26 gauge for the data, and not all. And one of the things that Harris told me is that not all wire is created equal. So even though you get stranded and you get the different kinds of jackets, right now I think most of everybody has decided to go with the with with what people have been deemed the PTFE type of jacket on your wires now, because it's more durable. It's very flexible in terms of what it is, right?
Yeah.
And it's thinner than a normal. I think the PVC jacket and other silicone jackets and stuff like that. Well, with the silicone jackets, it's not very good because they melt fairly easy, as well as the PVC jackets. So you have more problems that way, because when you melt the jacket with your ironing, and it turns when you're pre-tinning your wires, it really makes it difficult, because you can really mess up your wiring that way, especially if that jacket melts while you're trying to wire onto the whatever PCB or whatever LEDs you're trying to wire onto. So keep that in mind. And again, PTFE wires are basically becoming a lot more popular and a lot more the norm, because of the strength, durability, and flexibility that it has for your wiring needs in your Saber. I myself has started getting PTFE, and my go-to place is PowerWorks. I don't remember where they're from, but PowerWorks is they're a little more pricey, but their their wiring is very well done in terms of stranded, and the different colors, the different gauges that they offer, and the different amounts that they offer as well. I mean, you can get a big roll for about $100. I mean, it'll last you forever. Then you can do a 50-foot, 50-foot roll for, I think, like 25, $30, something like that. That'll last you a good while. Um, so if you guys ever want to research a different place to get your wires, PowerWorks is a good place to go look up online. But like I said, search and don't just take my word for it. Do some research and shop around, because everybody's different. Everybody's budget is different, and what you may like from one vendor, you may not like from another. And some vendors may not offer PTFE. Some, even though most will, some of these vendors may not offer that PTFE. So again, with your whew, with your knowledge of different things. And again, I want to reiterate that Harris was the one, that told me before he passed that from the last time we talked about wiring stuff and wires, when I was wiring a CFX, and I asked him, he says, because such small holes in the CFX, he says, yeah, dude, you need to shop around, because not every wires are created equal. Some are going to have a smaller diameter. Even though they're 22 gauge, they're going to have a smaller diameter than this other company that says it's 22 gauge, and their diameter in their wiring is a little wider, a little bigger. So you got two different companies that have a 22 gauge wire, but their 22 gauge wire and the other guy are vastly different from the diameters that they have in there. So it's really interesting that when Harris told me that, and in researching that, it is crazy. And I went to three different vendors, ordered three different three different colors and three different roll. Well, the same roll, three different colors, but 22 gauge. And incredibly, each one of those diameters two of them were smaller than the other. And it went from, the bigger diameter to the smaller diameter, but they were still all 22 gauge wires. And it was weird that how, and I think I have an example. Okay, I have an example.
If you only have to eyeball it, how do you tell the gauge?
Yeah, you want to see how crazy this is, and I'm going to show you. And it's because of the jacket size mostly, right? But still, the wiring itself, and this is you're going to flip out. This is crazy. Both of these are 22 gauge, right? I'm going to show you this, and let me see here. Check this out. Look at the difference. And both of these are 22 gauge wires. Look at that. Isn't that a trip? Right? Drastic.
I would trust the one in your right hand more than the other one.
This one?
No,
this is 22. This one here? Yeah. This one is, like I said, from another company, right? And this one, the jacket is probably 22 gauge, but the wiring is 20. They say that, and it's 22 gauge. But I mean, look at that. I mean, I don't know if you can actually see, but look at that, right? And look how big that jacket is as opposed to it. And now look at this. This is the Power Works right here. This wire. Oh, let me put that down. This right here is the Power Works, and you can tell the difference in the size of the jacket. And even though it's 22 gauge, you know that's going to fit in that little hole from the CFX, right? So, and it'll fit a little tight, but it's still going to fit in there. In terms of that, again, it's good to have your research and go to different types, right? Again, it's doing some simple essential research on when you're going to make a saber, and if your budget allows for certain things. And it's amazing from company too, that you'll see one company has the same wire for X amount of dollars. This other one will have the same amount for a lower price. Then you have a third one that beats the shit out of these other two in terms of high price, right? So it's like, my God, where do I go? I mean, I've got enough money for this one and that one, but which one do I go? I mean, it's a personal preference, but again, search for what you're looking for, and then do your pros and cons. Check out whether they're reputable in terms of how good their wires are and so forth, and then make an informed decision before all of that. And especially when it comes to your boards, because one wrong wire somewhere, you're going to fry your boards, or you're going to just you're going to make a big ass mistake, and it's going to be a costly mistake, and you don't want that. So I know that when I get a proffie, that, well, I have a proffie because Anthony sent it to me, but I haven't done, I don't dare do anything with it because I'm gonna get somebody to help me to put. I'm gonna get somebody to help me to do put some more sound fonts on here, and this came from Anthony, Space Wind Dude, and I've got to thank him so much because this is such a.
I think OS 8 made that a lot easier.
Yeah,
because look at the code difference between 7 and 8. Lord.
And I'll show you this.
It eliminated so much unnecessary waste.
And this is a TriStar. This is a TriStar green enhanced blade, right?
That photon green.
Photon green.
What color is this on actually? It should tell you on the control board.
Let me see.
I
Hold
think.
on here.
If I remember Anthony's video correctly.
The General, to me, she's loyalty.
Well, I kind of figured.
Never fought anyone like me. I am Revan.
I finally figured out how. I finally figured out how to scroll through the fonts. So, you know,
Dark side,
in button wise,
master.
right? Now, I mean, the reds on here are amazing. So check out the red on here. I mean, now that's green. Hold on. Let me. Nope.
I am no Jedi.
Let's see. That's green. I'm still learning to play with it. So, 2. And 2.
Codex of Light.
1, 2.
Cyber Terror.
Ooh, I think this one might be red. There we go. And let's bring it a little bit this way. So you can see, I mean, look how bright that red is. I mean, it's just a blood red blade. Hey, this is just, the reds in here are just amazing, right?
These photon blades are awesome.
Oh, they are, man. And if anybody's looking for these kind of blades, Civilized Sabers right here. I mean, Space Window, you can't go wrong. I mean, they're worth the price. Trust me. They really are worth the price. Let's go for another sound font here. 1, 2.
Dark Ages.
1, 2.
Hatred.
1, 2.
Idol. Serenity. The Champion. The Dark Lord Revisited. The Learner.
I want to.
The Second. The Teacher.
Now that one's an interesting. Now I haven't really learned all the features, but I've been playing around with like different things, and I noticed that when you let's see, hold on. I guess I hadn't got to that one yet.
I can't stand Sailor Moon font, but my daughter loves it.
And that's an interesting blade right here. That's the response is unbelievable. In the Proffie, the response is just fantastic.
The gyro,
The
man.
smooth swing, the smooth swing response. It's so smooth. It is actual smoothness to it. Right? All right. So let's put this back because again, I can't thank Anthony enough for that, man. So unbelievable. I'm still playing around with it because, like I said, I don't know all the features that can go and do with it. But yeah, I mean, it's just unbelievable for the response it has.
Google Jedi has a good 4-part series. Sort of in the same vein of Megtooth.
Mm-hmm.
But a little more simplified and straight to the point.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. I don't know about, having some
is
of the
one
best
silicone? Oh, I'm not sure about that. Mo? I mean, everybody can do different jackets as far as it, but PTFE is usually going to be your strongest and your most durable jacket, simply because the PTFE jacket is a lot harder to burn. So if you actually have wires that are heating up really bad, your PTFE jackets are almost fireproof. They're not quite fireproof, but it takes a lot for them to start melting off the thing. I mean, I mean, they they're very durable. So if you do some research on that, um, the what do you call it? Darth Alice, he uh, he started using PTFE long before anybody actually really heard about PTFE. And so if you watch a lot of his early videos, you can see where he transferred PTFE wiring from other wiring jackets, and how durable they are. But of course, they weren't available to the public really at that time that he started using those. They were basically military grade wiring jackets, and they I guess in the last, I guess maybe 6 years or so, that they became available to the public. So
What did we say
again,
last week? Never forget your flux.
no, yeah, that's very important. Flux is important. Thank you, Mo. I ordered the second one. I can't wait till it's in my demos. It's in the Graphics. Oh yeah.
So in my head about this install. Because like I low key don't remember which wire goes to what function. Because I'm trying to recreate the stock install.
You don't have you don't have the wiring diagram with you?
Had to make a new one because I don't have
Oh, now
I don't have the one that came with the original shipment.
really?
I want to try and use the USB-C port for a
Uh-huh.
recharge. When I did this before, I kind of just ripped it out because
Mm.
I had a spring side negative. I was going to take the battery out anyway. It's the
Mm-hmm.
safer way to do things.
Well, that Luke has that function in the chassis itself, right? That you can charge through
Mhm.
the USB-C port.
Yeah,
And oh,
and that's what I
Mo
didn't
says
pay
that he
attention
knew
to.
about PTF wire. Well, that's cool, man. Yeah. And so you know what I do when I get wiring diagrams? Um, when I do wiring diagrams, what I'd like to do is find the wiring diagram that's really closest to that board or on that same board, and I'll print it out, right? Sometimes I blow it up, sometimes I keep it normal, depending on my how my needs are. If there's something that I don't understand, I try to blow it up a lot bigger so that I can have it and see it, where it goes and what it does and all that. Now you can go online and look it up and see, wiring diagrams for the Proffie 3.9, and they'll have a whole different. But sometimes you have to really search for those too. And the wiring diagrams for the Proffie are like, it gives you the 2.2. I think the last time I looked, it gave you the wiring diagram for the 2.2, the 3.7, but I haven't found one for the 3.9. And, and then
If you got a
below,
3.7, you got a 9.
basically. Uh,
Yeah.
so I'll have to look that up again because, I mean, I'd like to have where it shows all of the wires, where they go and what they do and stuff. I did all my wiring diagrams. I printed them all out for the CFX, for the Prism 5.1, for the Prism, the CFX. And of course, anybody who knows that if you have a Prism prism ended up in as the CFX. So it went all the way from the prism 5.1 all the way up to CFX. That's how they upgraded that board. And I still have a clean prism 5.1. uh, uh,
God bless you.
somewhere in this garage of mine, I have a prism 5.1 still clean and ready to be wired. Well, thanks to Meg to Sith, man. He didn't have any use for it, and he graciously sent it to me. So, and then of course, y'all know that I recently wired up one right here, and this one I think I may just decide to retire because it's the board is just still kind of ugly, but it works, you know, it works. I did something wrong because it won't uh light up these LEDs. So
That's
let
what
me
I'm
see.
afraid of happening now. That was my issue before, and why I took the proffie out and put an SMV4 in it.
Mm-hmm. Let me
I
see if I
really should have
can.
paid attention to how they had this thing wired up.
So I'm gonna show y'all right here. I got the 21700 battery in there. I've got it all wired up, right? And the speakers over here hanging over here. So let's were you able to hear that? And let's fire it up. Try not to touch any of these wires too much. Let me see here. I gotta put the battery down just a little bit. And can y'all hear that?
Yeah, I can at least.
Is it? All right. So let's do the blasters. Tapping it. Lock up. Yeah, the speaker's not too bueno right now.
Well,
It works, but as you can see, no LEDs and no power for whatever reason not going to the LEDs right here. So I need to figure out what I did wrong right there. But I
yeah,
will.
what I did
I'll
wrong
figure
with
it
this
out.
blade.
Now I'm gonna put
I did something with the PCB
kill the
to
power.
where if it touches any of the pins, it automatically shorts it out. I don't know what I did to my blade.
Oh, is the blade wired differently on a Proffie compared to any other board? Now I really, I mean, I've seen, I mean, it looks similar to a lot of different, you know, it looks similar to a lot of boards in terms of wiring diagrams, right? In
Not
wiring
really.
the LEDs, in wiring the
You would
LEDs.
think. You would think. I'm a huge fan of the SMV4 Pro because I think it's such a breeze to wire up. It's so straightforward. This lovely piece of technology here seems simple, but to get everything nice and primed and proper, kind of need a fresh board, like never having been soldered ever a day in its life.
Well, I tell you, like I said, with that soldier wick, and oh, man, where did I put that stuff? Because I had it up here because I'm pretty sure we were gonna talk about it again, and think I put it. I don't know if I put it back in my drawer or not. Oh yeah, here we go.
Well, to put it bluntly, a
So
proffie is the definition of tiny electronics.
so this stuff right here, you just soak it um with the
That's what I
flux,
need to.
man.
I need to go get some of that
You know,
or order it.
you can get some online. I mean, easy. As a matter of fact, I order always all mine online. I if I buy some at the electronic store here, I just don't care for the one here because they give you so little first, and then it's pricey. It's so much better priced online than it is, in store. So um, again, if you saturate it with the flux, right, and you put a little bit of flux on the board itself, and then you proceed to melt the your soldier. When you put that braid on it, it sucks it up like a sponge, man. And what I'll do is that um once I get the tip, and at least like maybe a third of the tip right here, once I get that much full of soldier on here off the board, I'll cut it and start again with another little piece until I get it cleaned off the board. Once you get it spot clean on the board, then you go and use your alcohol, right? Your isopropyl alcohol, clean that board up, and you should be really good to go. I've had to do that several times, actually, with this prism board right here. I cleaned it probably 3 times with with this braid right here, and then use the isopropyl alcohol and stuff. I mean, you can still see some of that resin when I redid some of these. Um, when I did some of the soldiers spots on here, let me get a close up on here, and you're gonna see that. See, let me go right here, so you can be able to see some of my soldier spots right there. See that? Let me get it. Come on, focus, focus, focus. See right there? I mean, they're a little big, but I mean, you can see how shiny they are in terms of and that's because I cleaned this board like 3 or 4 times, right? There we go. There's a good a good pick right there. KB, can you see that?
Yeah.
Okay. So there's a good little showing right here. And again, like I said, I cleaned this board 3 or 4 times, right? On those paths. And that's what you want to get. You want to be able to get, your soldering beads that shiny. Yeah. Yeah, Mo.
We do what we can.
Yeah, of course, for testing
Do
purposes, of course. That's why I got that. I mean, that prism board was just basically testing on my, basically just for testing the, what do you call it? Speakers, right? Mostly just for speakers. I wanted to use the prism to test. Um, Other features I can test out later on, but I did download James's board STL for doing your board testing and stuff. He's got an STL that you can 3D print for $1, and I downloaded that so I could utilize that, wire it up, and I can test all my boards test all my blades, test all my speakers, and so forth, right? And so again, you want to find a way to do get a testing system going so that you can test each one of your components before you start wiring anything. Because if you buy something, you want to make sure that you test each component before you start wiring anything. Because if it's bad, you can email the company that you bought it from or the store that you bought it from and say, hey, this thing, it's not working. I tested it out. I have this contraption that tests everything, and I need a new one, or give me my money back so I can go to another place and buy a new one. So again, you want to be able to test things before you wire up. I've been notoriously bad about that, and I've learned the hard way that you really do need to test things before you completely wire everything up. And like for instance, those micro neopixels, I got to figure out how to test those before I start putting those in Roy Boy and wiring up Roy Boy, because it's going to be a tough cookie to get those put in there. So it is what it is, man. It is what it is. So
Work.
yeah. Oh, I'll make it work all right. But yeah, those micro LEDs will be in two of these right here on the Saber. Now, on the next note, um, where is it? Damn it! I decided that instead of having the 50/50 LEDs that are going to situate in the box, um, it's going to be a little funky here because I'm thinking, and I don't know if it's going to work, but this is my idea right here for Roy Boy, right? And everybody knows I've already had this done before. So I have these 50/50 LEDs in here. Now, what I'm thinking is to take out the 50/50s like that and kind of put, and I did do a blade. I haven't finished it yet, but I did a blade for the 35/35s, right? So I've got 35/35 situated right here. Um, I did not, and you guys have to make sure that you guys pay attention. I did not. Had a dyslexic moment, and so when I did this blade right here of 35/35s, and I was so proud of myself before I really noticed what happened, is that when I got to these wires right here, you got to make sure that those arrows that go up the other side go up and not go down, right? I was so excited about getting these damn things that I did not pay attention. I went so fast, and luckily I have not put any power or anything to these, so I have to open these up. So what I was thinking, now that I have to open this up, is to actually go ahead and take my clamp card, right? Take my clamp card right here, strap some 35/35s to the bottom of it, just like so, right? Get that a little closer. Get the 35/35s under here like this. Then I'm going to utilize some SMD buttons. Glue those SMD buttons down. And let me see if I can just get one to kind of, can you see that right there, the SMD button? There we go. I mean, maybe it's better if I do it this way. There we go. Slightly turn it. So the SMD buttons will kind of sit on there on the clamp card like that. The 35/35s will be under here. I'm gonna draw a very small hole for the LED for the SMD buttons for the wires, the 30 gauge wires to go down, right, and wire everything underneath, and then go all the way through to get to the board. So that in itself is going to be a very big challenge to get that small stuff taken care of. And but that's the plan anyway for Roy Boy and the updated clamp card LEDs. Instead of the 50/50s and only doing 4, I can actually put more of the 35/35s on there, and it should be just as bright. And I don't know how it'll turn out looking with that setup, but it'll be fun to try out, right? It'll be fun to try out. So again, never be afraid to fail at something. Try different things. Try different things. So with that, I think we're gonna go ahead and call it a night. And I gotta go get to work on that Linux system and see what its capabilities are, and
Got
see if I can
wire
actually.
management to do.
Yeah, I want to see. I want to look up. I haven't looked up anything on the internet with it, so I want to do that and see if I can actually find some
I
proffie
want to try
diagrams.
Golden Harvest so bad.
You do?
I want to, yeah. Like I'm already dead set. I'm dead set on getting an AZ Scorpio.
Are you getting the 4 though? Are you going to get a 4?
Golden Harvest, yeah.
The GH4? GH4? Yeah.
I want
Good.
to install that.
It's not hard.
V2.
Mhm.
No, it's not. I was talking to Tamino about it. So if I do want to like ever uninstall it and install a proffie, I still have another proffie board. But I don't think I'm going to come back after I get a Golden Harvest. I think it's going to be a done deal.
Yeah. It's
The only thing that's going to
the wiring on it.
Down fonts.
Well, here's my V3 that I took out, right? Here's my V3. And look, I cleaned the pads, and look how the pads look after cleaning it.
They look so professionally made.
Not bad.
Not
bad cleaning job. Not a bad cleaning job. So
anybody in chat, do you know what format the Golden Harvest sound fonts are?
Yeah, they're basically the same as CFX. CFX and Golden Harvest are you can't just load it up like that, but it's the same format in terms of numbering. Like, you know how you number CFX, you do the same thing with the Golden Harvest.
I actually don't know CFX.
Oh, you don't?
In the hobby.
Okay, no, not a problem. Hey, when do you plan on doing that? When do you plan on doing that?
As soon as I get the money.
Okay, get with me. I can help you with that. I can help you.
Cool.
I can help you. I can definitely help you. As a matter of fact, Mo was curious about that too on the Golden Harvest, and he actually was more curious about the file format for the CFX, right? Because of his Saber, the pylon. And so I sent him the file format, a picture of the file format for the CFX. So the file format is the same like CFX it is with the Golden Harvest. So what I'll do, if you give me about give me about an hour, and I'll take some pictures for you, and I'll send you the file formats on each one of those, what they look like. Okay, and you can compare them, and that way you can see how similar they really are. I mean, it's basically copy and paste, and the numbering system are basically the same. I mean, it's that easy.
Cool, I'll take it.
I mean, it literally is copy paste, and you're almost pretty
Speaking
much
of
done.
copy paste, I got to show you the Proffie config app, because that is going to revolutionize your whole thing. It's very straightforward. It's even recommended on Hoobanet.
Cool. Yeah, I need to check that out. I think I downloaded that one time. I think. Is that the one where Fet263 stuff is?
Uh,
I know he's got the library, but the config thing, it's got like everything where you can do your blade styles, you can do all this and do all that.
it's honestly just a tiny little app.
Oh, is it?
Mm-hmm. Let me share my screen. There you go. Yeah, it's just a
Here,
little tiny app
hang on, let me add it.
created by
Oh, perfect.
one of the mods in the subreddit Discord.
Oh, okay.
So you just pull out your config, find your board. Mine are kind of being forced out of DFU mode, so load recovery. Anyway, you can edit your config. Let's pull up one. See how that looks.
Because there's definitely some fonts that are on the Golden Harvest and that are on the CFX that I want to put on Proffie. Oh my, like they're badass. Like some of James' fonts I want to put on the Proffie. Let me see here. Okay, so yeah, let's go ahead and call it a night, and we can get that done. I'll have to go. I'll probably have to go into this laptop right here to do that because, like I said, the other laptop that I have in my bedroom is the one that I just put the Linux OS on, and I mean it's dual. I can go back to Windows if I want to, because I'm just running the Linux OS on the memory stick. But for the other stuff, I can do that stuff for you when we get off the show and provide that information to you.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Oh, no problem. And so that way you can see fundamentally the differences within the two boards. There's not a whole lot of difference, but there is some. So okay. So tonight, everybody, thank you so much in the chat that come and hang with us. And Orlando, thank you so much, dude, for coming into the chat, hanging out with us. I really hope that we can get you on the show. Again, it would be so much an honor to have you on the show, and we can certainly accommodate your time, dude. And again, it'll be so cool to have you. I gotta thank Anthony again for allowing me to do the show. Space Windu, if y'all don't know who Anthony Legepa is, he is the founder of Civilized Sabers and one of the three original. Yeah, he is the original, one of the three amigos who started Saber Talk. It wasn't Saber Talk Sundays, and it evolved into Saber Talk Sundays because he got so busy. But again, like and subscribe to Civilized Sabers. You can also like and subscribe to KB stuff. KB, you want to give him all your information?
KB Sabers on Instagram and TikTok. Lore Masters Pod on YouTube.
Now, you can find me on Facebook under Edmundo Cabrera III, on Instagram Edmundo Cabrera III, or Mundo Cabrera 7007. You can also see this show on my Facebook as well as the Mundo channel on Instagram on here. And if in case you guys have missed any of the shows, you can always go back to the Mundo channel if you can't find them here. Again, also, thank you for the guys that came in the chat that didn't get a chance to come in with the links and stuff. They're busy. We miss you guys, James, Rich, and oh gosh, who am I missing? Thank Barris. I know Barris had to leave early. Chris, he's been super busy with other things too. Um, Chris at Geek Shop, he does a lot of lightsaber stuff too. So you can always find Chris on there at Chris at Geek Shop. Ask him some questions and stuff like that. Like and subscribe to his stuff. I think right now he's doing different things from other than sabers, but yeah. Let me see. Next Sunday, man, I will find a title that we're going to have a lot of fun with, and we shall see. Maybe we'll start diving into more of the Golden Harvest and CFX stuff on the next couple of shows. We will come back to the Proffie later on and revisit it when I've learned a little bit more, and what I can talk about more later down the road, what my experience in learning the Proffie board as a newbie will be. So a couple of shows down the road, we'll revisit the Proffie stuff when I've learned a bit myself. So bless you, Katie. Bless you.
Thank you.
Again, may you guys have a blessed week tomorrow. For anybody who's off, may you have a great Memorial Day off. I do have to have a shout out to all the men and women who have lost their lives for this country. Your service and your sacrifice for this world, for our freedom, will never be forgotten. And I hope that people will see what's going on in the world and decide to do the right thing. And it is personal preference. But again, thank you to those men and women who lost their lives for our freedoms. So again, have a great Memorial Day. If you all are off tomorrow, for those who have to work, don't work too hard. And may the force be with you guys. We're going to light them up. Let's light them up. Light them up. And Mundo loves. Peace out, guys. Peace.